And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. We was just over there on the break doing our thing over there. On the break, we ran to our respective studios. In real life, I'll be working over there where Bryan is at when the season actually starts. But as of now, I'm gonna be here. Bryan gonna be over there, and keep your eyes open. Follow me at VOCHLONBARDI, him at BRYN Broaddus, and go on YouTube and follow the Crown Global Media page. Like, just type it in, Crown Global Media, and if you can't find it, either one of us on Twitter will gladly direct you to it.
Absolutely.
Bryan, man, you said you had a couple thoughts that you wanted to share with the class and a couple questions, sir. Please.
I do. I have some questions for you, Voch, and I want to see if you're up to answer them, which I think you will be.
Hell yeah.
I can't be as dramatic as you. You know, you give it that. I can't be as dramatic.
I don't
as you,
pause that long. I don't pause that long.
You do. You pause that. My mom loves when you pause that long.
Give it a try. Give it a try. Give it a try. Give it a good
man,
pause.
I'm gonna be. When we're together, I'll get in character. I'll get in character quick. Vachi.
Yes, sir.
Is it going to be hard for Mingo to get back in the lineup when he gets back?
So I think that this is a problem that's going to show itself with this team in particular, because we don't know who we are quite yet. You know what I mean? So right now, the identityless Cowboys could be a run-heavy team, could be a pass-heavy team. We don't really know what it's going to be right now. We have a feeling it's going to run through 488-3. That's the initial feel, right? But if Mingo was here, maybe we run more 4 receiver sets with Turpin out there. Maybe that he's out. Maybe we run some 11. Maybe, Bryan, something happens with Tolbert and the play caller decides, you know what? Mingo's out. I like going 2 tight end more. Like, if you're in this situation where you're constantly learning things, see, right now it feels like Mingo was going to be a part of it. We might find out that we're going to be the run-heavy team that we always thought we were, Bryan. If that's the case, then Mingo would be sitting around looking for a role at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a fantastic question by you. I don't think nothing's written in stone for him. 388-44. Everybody else kind of, you know, y'all got to figure this thing out as we go. And when midseason form gets here, then fine. So we got Mingo's about 4 to 6. So about the 5th or so game or something like that, Mingo would be coming back. Yeah.
Sure.
I would imagine the Cowboys have figured out kind of who they are relatively by that point. And if Mingo hasn't been around to put his foot in that, then those opportunities are going to go to Turpin, Tolbert, Brevin Spanford. He's going to be around, and run game, Bryan. So, yeah, it's possible that Mingo shows up and he ain't got a job when he get back.
See, that's what I was saying. I was kind of thinking there was like, okay, I've liked some of the things that he's done. But here's Flournoy all of a sudden, you know, and like we were talking about in the break today, I kind of feel like there's not one player that has deserved a better fate than Flournoy for the type of camp he had.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that he doesn't always get rewarded for how he's played, you know, in these games and practices and stuff like that. He didn't start off particularly great. The first week I was in camp, he wasn't a factor, but I think he kind of figured some things out.
Sure.
I think he's like, okay, I'm gonna have to morph into big body blocker, big body special teams guy, find ways to separate, embrace different roles. You know, I think that he's done all that. And I wonder if that he is going to make this football team be that type of guy. But then all of a sudden Mingo comes back and there's really no spot because Ryan Flournoy is playing at a good level. I'm not saying great. I'm saying a good level. He's helping you sometimes as a receiver, like Noah Brown did occasionally. He's helping you on special teams. He's really good at being that guy. Sometimes coaches, you know, out of sight, out of mind, can get you in trouble. And I just wonder with Jonathan Mingo if out of sight, out of mind is going to mean like others like you talked about. Hey, we're better playing this way now. We're better playing that way now. Oh, well, we don't need because we've got this guy. I have that sense of like if Brian Flournoy keeps doing what he does, then it makes Mingo's spot, I think, a little bit more in peril for him going forward.
And honestly, Brian, this is one of my big problems with Luke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because it's like, all right, Schoonmaker, you get rid of Hendershot. Here's your
yeah,
chance. All right, Schoonmaker, Jake Ferguson gets hurt. Here's your chance. And he didn't really do
yeah,
nothing with them chances, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
when it was time for, change to go back in, all right, Jake just walked right back in and took his job back. You know, like,
yeah,
and Schoonmaker didn't even make it close. I think
yeah,
you were on to something when we were having this conversation the other day about the wide receivers. Do you
yeah,
value the handful of big plays made or the consistency over time? And if
yeah,
anything, Flournoy ain't got plays, but if the quarterback was different, Flournoy got big plays and he got consistency.
yeah.
All right. So
You're right about that.
yeah, for sure.
Great segue to my next question. Did Joe Milton hurt this team by the way he looked in the preseason?
So I thought Nick Eatman was gonna take us down this road earlier on the break,
Yeah,
but he did not.
yeah, yeah.
So I'll say this talking point here.
I'm glad you're going to answer this question for me like it needs to be answered. Yeah.
Man, Brian, if anything bad happened to four, like for real,
Sure, sure.
the Dallas Cowboys draft show, Bryan
Yeah.
Broaddus, Kyle Young, Voch, Lombardi. That's what it's about to be, Brian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
it's interesting when you hear the dialogue around quarterback too. It's
Mhm.
almost like people are anticipating something happening to four.
Yeah.
And everybody got a different amount of games. I think a lot of people got 4 games just
Mhm.
floating around in their mind, right? And they'll go, damn, boy, we what do we do if we need them for 4 games? You made the great point. Green Bay, Jordan
Yeah.
Love got hurt. Malik Willis ran around,
Yeah.
and they eked it out. There was a totally different offense. I think
Mm.
if you had to do that with 4 games or whatever, then that's what Joe Milton could probably do. And if you go 50-50 in those games, I think you happy. If it's a long period of time,
Yeah.
we trying to find the best player, Bryan Broaddus.
Yeah. To me, I look at if Joe Milton would have just played at serviceable or above serviceable level football in the preseason, maybe we would think differently about the vanilla offense. That
Mm-hmm.
yeah, maybe wow, look, they found a way to kind of make some plays without getting in trips and motioning again. And they I feel like that we have we have somewhat of an idea about the defense. I thought the defense was put in some terrible situations because
Sure.
of Joe Milton and some of the and I sound like and I guess I am pointing the finger that direction. But man, if he just can find a way to check it down, get a first down, run, do some things, maybe we don't feel as bad about some of the things with the offense, and maybe we don't feel as bad about some of the things with the defense. I think the defense got 70 some odd. The play thing turns out to be
Yeah.
Rams have run 34 plays, Dallas has run
6.
6. And you're like, how the hell does the defense survive that?
Sure.
I mean, you could be the 85 Bears and like, okay, eventually something bad's going to happen there. If I wonder if we would have felt different this training camp, this preseason, if Joe Milton just played at a a Cooper
Serviceable.
Rush level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a Cooper Rush level of football.
Yeah.
And it'd have been like, oh wow, we have a good evaluation of the defense. Oh, we have a good evaluation of, oh look, Flournoy making plays. Oh look, oh Brooks making plays. Oh look at this, Span forward.
Sure.
Span forward part. But I'm just throwing a name.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I kind of envisioned this thing.
Yeah.
That Joe Milton's level of play brought down a lot of areas of this team that they try to evaluate. And now it's kind of like, well, we got some questions. Well, do you really have questions, or was just Joe Milton the reason why the team wasn't as good these last 2 preseason games?
Those young wide receivers and tight
They
ends
deserve better.
they
They
definitely
deserve
needed
better.
they definitely
Yeah.
needed Milton to do a little better. And honestly,
Yeah.
like if somebody asked for an evaluation of John Stevens, I wouldn't have nothing to tell him. I wouldn't have nothing
I'm
to
with
say
you
to
on
him.
that, man. I'm with you on that, man.
You know
I
what I
am
mean?
with you on that. Yeah.
If there's a positive out of this, Schottenheimer wanted to stay as anonymous as possible. Nobody know you haven't showed a card
Yeah.
yet, sir.
Yeah.
Brian, I need Shotty to come out week one and do something special. If he been hiding it this whole time, I
Mm.
want the offense to be worth hiding, Bryan Broaddus. I want the
Yeah.
Cowboys to be efficient, and I want them to show us something special. I don't want us to leave wide receiver 2 out. I want Jake to get involved. I
Mm.
want CD to get his. I want to run the
Yeah.
football. If Shotty's doing all this to remain mysterious,
Hmm.
it has to work out at the end of the day.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope so for him.
Yeah.
I I want this to work for him because I do feel like he's got some right ideas. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want this thing to be an absolute disaster and then all of a sudden there's all these questions and people. Yeah, I don't want that at all.
Yeah.
Fachi,
Yes, sir.
is it a potential mistake of keeping Miles Sanders or Peyton Turner?
Man, Bryan Broaddus, boy, I tell you what, when you walk into this thing, those outside the house free agents, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Those outside the house guys. I know the Cowboys selected those players to come into the house because they got a vision for
Hmm.
them. If you listen to White Cotton talk about Peyton Turner, oh, he's long, he's a run stop
Yeah.
guy, blah 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 blah. Peyton Turner actually had a play last game where he was a little more athletic than I thought. Peyton ran his ass across the field to try to
Sure.
go tackle somebody. I was like, damn, Peyton Turner, I didn't know you had all that. Miles Sanders, I keep saying he's like that Zeke insurance. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those type guys. But I think it's a good problem to have on both those counts because going into this thing, we thought that Miles and Peyton were going to have undeniable impacts in this thing. But what's happened so far, which makes it a good problem, is that the young guys around them, and they're young guys too. Let's be clear, but they're veterans
Yeah.
that ain't from here, but they are young guys
Hmm.
too. But the young characters from here has made it incredibly difficult for those guys to not be a part of this conversation. You know what I mean? Some guys are Teflon as he gets. For example, like Kenny Murray, the Cowboys have proven to me Kenny Murray ain't going nowhere.
That's why okay.
I'm
Save the
gonna save
Kenneth
it.
Murray thought, but for
I'm gonna
the
save it.
next question I'm about to ask you. So
Like
carry.
they've proven that like Kyer Elam's gonna be here. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
Miles Sanders, it ain't guaranteed he's gonna be here.
Yeah.
And if you put his tape, and hell, Bryan Broaddus, let me get my Don DeMarco ready. Miles Sanders had his little carries or whatever, but
Sure.
the backup guys had worse offensive lines than him.
Yeah.
And they showed a
True.
little better, So if we taking names and veteran status away from it, and you put Maffa's film next to Miles Sanders, Maffa got the better film, Brian. Malik Davis got better film than Miles Sanders. Malik Davis was with the third team yesterday at practice, by the way. I did
Hmm.
get that note. So just something to keep eyes on. Miles ain't promised nothing here. And Peyton Turner ain't neither, especially when James Houston is coming out here doing what he's doing. Or, Donovan is showing that he can be like an impact rookie for us, and Sam's out there fighting his life. So man, Brian, I think it's a good problem to have that, that the young guys are a part of this competition with those outside veteran types.
How much do you know about Kenneth Murray?
I don't know nothing, Brian, bro. We don't know nothing. Brian, we don't know nothing about Kenny. What we know is that he here and he ain't going
Yeah.
nowhere and he's starting
Yeah.
and he ain't playing no preseason games and he's allowed to miss a whole month of
Basically training
of
camp.
training
Yeah. This
camp.
all. Yeah.
He's allowed to miss. So that means that the Cowboys and the coach staff think enough of Kenny Murray to still be a starter type guy through all that. I don't know. I haven't seen nothing besides the Tennessee film and the old team film that we saw from Murray, but Murray hadn't done anything Cowboy wise. And I would imagine Kenny Murray's the guy that you want to see in a preseason game. Like Ken, like
I'm with you on this. To me, this is one of those. This is one of those times where, like, man, this guy is going to be your starting middle linebacker
yeah,
without doing anything. I remember seeing like one day of practice And then, I had to leave like 11 days later,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't tell you anything about if Kenneth Murray can, handle the job and stuff like that. I want to believe
Yeah.
that to me is okay. Kenneth Murray, Mike linebacker starter, a bigger question than what they're going to do at nickel corner. That's another one of those mysteries for me. So at least I've seen those guys compete at corner,
Yeah.
but I just haven't. That it's weird to go into a season and like, okay, this guy's going to be our starter,
Yeah.
and you're like, what did he do?
S-
I don't have the slightest inclination what Kenneth Murray could potentially. I have an idea of what I think he might be, but I was hopeful that I get to see him be that guy. And I don't know.
See,
I don't
Brian.
know.
See, Brian. This the problem with the nickel corners. You've seen them practice,
Right.
but the
Right.
linebacker room is a lot more talented. You know
Yeah.
that Kenny Murray can go play Mike. Sanborn in a pinch can go play Mike. Leofile, if you need him to, can go play Mike. Like, you got guys that can go out there and play Mike for you that you can feel good about. I don't know if we're going to feel good about the first nickel corner that goes out there. We've seen him practice. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Childress is probably going to be the first guy out there, is what it's looking like. But
Yeah.
we still don't know how to feel about that, being an undrafted rookie going out there, and they're going to put A.J. Brown everywhere in the slot. They're going to put, Smith in the, like, they move those guys all over the place. Is it going to be a thing to where Childress can play outside sometimes and Bland going to have to go to the nickel? Like, they're going to have to figure those things out. So nickel, even though nickel has more questions, we've seen it. Linebacker got more talent, but we don't know what the hell they look like when they out there, bro.
Is Austin Richardson trouble?
I think not, because he's your first blocking tight end guy, which is interesting. As far as his job, here's another interesting point too, Brian. Bro. As far as his job at left tackle, I think Nate Thomas has taken that away.
I think Nate Thomas has got that job. Yeah.
Taking that away. Right tackle, don't let a Johnny Cornelius keep having good days, and Hakeem Adeniji and them keep having good days. So Austin Richards is the first motion extra lineman tight end guy that goes out there. Sadiq Charles was the second guy. Sadiq Charles is injured, and he's probably not going to be a part of this. So if anything, Awesome is going to possibly be around as a swing, can play everything guy. Because I believe I saw somebody say that Awesome was taking snaps at center just to try it out. I would imagine in some grave danger emergency, if treachery was afoot, Bryan Broaddus, then sure, Austin Richards can come in and play all 5 spots for you, and for the most part, he'll play that Dan Skipper and Lions go out there, be 6 blocker, and sometimes catch a pass.
Not report when you need him on a 2-point play and lose the game kind of a thing.
Brian, he ain't just out there blocking. Austin Richards is in motion and he's shifting formations. Pray for us.
Trade formation.
I think he's straight. He good.
Voch, you're director of pro scouting at another NFL team. You're director of pro scouting.
Making money.
Trade for a backup offensive lineman from the Cowboys.
Damn, Brian, bro. That's say. Man, a backup offensive lineman for the Cowboys, huh?
Trade for one. You're a pro scout, and you're going to recommend to your GM, trade for this backup offensive lineman if you can.
It's either Brock Hoffman or man, like one of those tackles, maybe Hakeem Adeniji, maybe. Hakeem Adeniji got like starting experience. He started with the Bengals or whatnot. He ain't blowing it away now or anything like that. Brock Hoffman, Brian. Brock Hoffman. I don't know if the Cowboys would want to give up or get back the 7th round pick. Like they'd probably just rather keep Hoffman than get that 9th round pick for him. But I think the most attractive backup offensive lineman option that it looks like is Brock Hoffman. He's played a bunch of games. He can play center and guard on both sides.
Trade for an edge.
I'm going to get Sam. I'm
All
going to
right.
get Sam. I'm going to find somebody young that got 1 year left on that deal, that's still cheap, that could go either way as far as their Cowboy career can go. Ton of upside. I'm going to get Sam.
Trade for a wide receiver.
That's another great question too, Bryan, bro. That's another great question too. I'll have to use the same logic with Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah.
Jalen Tolbert. I mean, you got, hey, Will, Steven, man, look, man, y'all got Pickens, y'all got CD. Let me try to give you a pick back to help you with that third that you lost. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you a fourth rounder for Jalen Tolbert or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
I think you'd be lucky to get a fourth back for Jalen Tolbert. I'm just saying. I think you be lucky. Boy, that's right. Boy,
hear what I said.
Boy, you robbing the hell out of them people. You damn get a fourth round pick back. We celebrate. You got a fourth for Mingo. Hold on. You got a fourth for Mingo and Trey Lance and we haven't had a fourth round pick in 3 years.
Yeah.
And Joe Milton. Oh damn, yeah. So a fourth round pick for Jalen Tolbert. That's a cool little party. It look like.
Okay. You're a pro personnel director still.
Yes, sir.
Of the 3 positions I gave you, rank how deep you are for the Cowboys. Offensive line, edge, wide receiver. Which position, which group was more inviting to you as you were doing this exercise?
I think the Cowboys got a lot of damn. My first reaction was to say the Cowboys got a lot of offensive linemen.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys also have a lot of edges.
They do.
Yeah, so I got a bunch of wide receivers. Okay, so if I had to do this, if I'm looking at a disposable edge, it's Sam Williams or Tyrus Wheat or something like that. But that list ain't long. Disposable wide receivers.
Tolbert. Okay, you said these. Okay, you said offensive line.
I said offensive line.
You would trade for Hoffman.
If I give up Hoffman, I got Bass. I got Cornelius, who they drafted as a right guard kind of guy.
Yeah.
They still got Shipley as like a backup center type dude.
Yeah, he's on the injured list. Yeah, he's on.
He's hurt?
He's gone. Yeah.
Damn. Okay, he out of here. Austin Richards can move around a little bit, play some guard for you. I think you got a little bit of flex.
Okay, you went. I'm just going to remind you what you did.
Yeah.
And you're now the pro personnel guy for another team. You have a choice between Tolbert, Williams, and Hoffman, and you can only have one.
I can only keep one.
You can only go get one. You're only going to get one.
I can only go get one. If I can only go get one, I think
Hoffman, Williams, Tolbert.
I think Tolbert's done the
most.
For
your team.
I think
your team.
I think Tolbert's done the most. I think Tolbert's done the most. Tolbert went out and caught 7 touchdowns for you. Sam hadn't done nothing for you. Brock was fine. Brock was a regular backup for you, but Tolbert at least started and got 7 touchdowns for you.
So what you're telling me as a pro personnel director for another team, my most valuable trade commodity is Tolbert.
Yeah. Yep. Looks like it. Looks like it. And if I'm negotiating, I can go to you and be like, "Oh, I'll trade you the guy that led my team in touchdowns last year, receiving touchdowns last year."
And then I would go, "Well, what's wrong with him?"
I got George Pickens and CD Lamb over the offseason. We gonna use a lot more tight end. Turpin just got paid. We're gonna use him as a wide receiver as well. Tolbert's cheap. Help me help you.
How's he play?
Man, Tolbert works hard. He goes to your quarterback house, catch passes, bother the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? He can line up everywhere. He can line up in the slot, outside. You know, whatever you want to do with Tolbert. He's good to go. He can run upfield and turn around. He's good to go.
Run upfield, turn around.
Pro Bowl. Look, he gonna be a Pro Bowl on your team. He gonna be.
Mike, this is what you do. This is a pro personnel move. Like, man, listen. Hey, I'm gonna give you Tolbert, okay? But let me just tell you about this. My coaches don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't know how to use the guy. You know, I've tried to tell them, this guy is This guy's a war daddy. You put him out there. He practices hard. Heck, the kid even goes to the corner of the end zone before practice and prays. He prays to have a good day.
Never got in trouble.
How could you not trade for a guy that's going to pray before practice that he has a good day? I'm telling you, Voch, you need this guy.
We gonna get that third round pick.
Guy. Yeah,
we gonna get that third round pick out your ass. Talking like that, talking Tolbert up like that, you gonna get that damn third round pick up out there, bro.
I'll tell you what, it's interesting that you brought up Sam Williams on a trade.
Yeah, bro.
That's an interesting one.
Well, the more I grow in this content thing, I've done a lot more roster exercises, right?
Oh yeah.
And a lot of the time it comes down to years of control. Now, if this was like Mike McCarthy or something, he got 1 year to go, and Sam got 1 year, we can all be married together with just 1 year to go. Shotty, I imagine, going to be here for a while. Clayton going to be here for a while. Like, this coaching staff, at least they got 2-3 more years in them,
Right,
and Tolbert may not be a part of them plans. Sam may not be a part of them plans. I feel like going into draft season next year, Brian, I think the Cowboys going to draft a receiver no matter what. And it may not be high. But it could be, all right, Pickens left. We need a receiver.
They tried to, man. They tried to with that guy at Arizona. They tried.
Yeah. So I think, and look, they may franchise tag Pickens or something like that, Brian, and draft a young guy. And now we go, damn, boy, I know we cut Tolbert last year, but boy, we probably could have got something for him if we we're gonna do all it. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
Those some good questions there, Brian, bro. I get you.
Appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
That last one. That last one right there, man, that was a banger. That was a Hall of Famer there, Bryan Broaddus. That was a good one.
I'm always interested in the comments, what people will say about that, but I appreciate you your answers. I thought you gave good answers on that one. I do. I feel like Tolbert Williams are probably your biggest commodities if that's the route you want to go.
Because nobody wants Mozzie, right? Like nobody getting nothing for Mozzie. Yeah.
I don't think so.
I see.
Unless you try and trade him to a Harbaugh, you try and trade him. Then the Seattle's defensive coordinator is a now he could go and ask Tank, what's his kid like, and Tank would say, yeah, he gets really emotional. He gets beat down. He could, but there's you would start with the teams that have familiarity with Mozzie is what you would start with.
Yeah. Good show, Bryan Broaddus. Appreciate you,
man.
Appreciate you, sir. Brian probably gonna take that one to the radio or something. That's a greatest hit right there.
Watch me.
That's the greatest hit right there.
Trusty's Corner 340 today. I always test my stuff out on Voch.
Hey,
always test them out.
Well, Brian, but they're not gonna give you the answers Voch gave, but it's all good. Hey, what we want y'all to do though is we would love it if y'all go in the comments and just answer some of these questions.
Yeah, please do.
Me and Brian are gonna click back on the video, go down in the comments, and we're gonna respond to some of y'all. So please do that. All right, VOCHLOMBARDI BRY again, Broaddus. We love y'all to pieces. Until next time. All right, Crown.